show you my
Whoa.
background.
She looks familiar.
She does.
Looks
How
like
are you
he's
two
having
doing?
neck right now.
Right. Well, first I want to start off. Congratulations. Having a film under the Dread Epic label is, I think, fabulous.
Thank you so much. We're
Congratulations.
really, really happy to be working with Dread again. Their team
Yeah.
is fantastic. They're very creative. They have great solutions, and yeah, they've just been a wonderful partner. So I'm happy to be working with them
They have
too.
great taste in film, that's for sure.
For sure. I wanted to ask you about your company, social house films. How did that whole thing start for you?
Ooh.
Well, we met in 2017 at State
Okay.
Social House on Sunset in LA. And so that's how we came up with the name Social House. The first movie we made a long time ago was a romantic comedy called Electric Love. And then really it was the start of the pandemic that we just started shooting short horror films and posted them to YouTube. And those just kind of took off. And then so did Social House Films.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. Obviously the pandemic had its challenges, but when we were together, hunkered down together, have a camera, access to our camera, it was a nice time to be together, just creating and putting these things out on the internet. And then instantly, with short films, you can instantly release something and have a viewer. So you could be filming something one week and then the next week you already have a viewer of it. And that's so cool, because a feature takes quite a bit of time. It could take years even. So we kind of became hooked on that. And that's how our Social House Films brand kind of, kept taking off in that direction.
Yeah, YouTube really satisfies our impatient side. We can just make something and then release it, like Victoria said. We don't have to wait. We can just, get the reaction immediately and move on to another project.
Yeah.
No, and like you said, and it's instant. You get your instant reviews, your instant, just like you said, it could take years to know if someone's liked your film or not until it comes out. And with YouTube and the shorts, you instantly know. You have your reviews right there, so you know exactly what you're doing right or wrong, what you want to change.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely agree.
We utilized a lot of that with making Beezel. So we had already been making these short horror films on YouTube for years, and then there were certain scares that we knew we could just stretch further or dive deeper, and so we expanded on that in Beezel. And I mean, we just had a real blast doing it. So.
No, I think that's what makes it so strong and why it's a film I'm just so proud of.
And I like is Beezel was one thing I need to tell both of you is that the movie I very much enjoyed it. It just went by so quick. I was almost disappointed that it was over. I'm like, I felt like I almost was watching a short because I didn't realize I was like an hour and a half into it and it was getting ready to be over. So I just was just consumed with it. There were a lot of jump scares. I don't really scare easily, but I jumped once or twice. And I really liked how the story was kind of chopped up, how it started off in the 1960s and then into more present times. So I thought that was really cool.
Thank you. It sounds like you're saying you want to see Beezel too.
Yes, definitely. And then Aaron, one of my questions usually ask what inspired, the filmmaker, but I know that this was your childhood house and it was based on maybe some events that maybe have occurred there. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, so I mean, it really wasn't too much a stretch of the imagination to just, harken back to when I was 6 years old, growing up in this terrifying house. My bedroom was right above the basement, and inside the basement was this old, rickety boiler system that would just make all of these creaking sounds. And right next to that was a crawl space that literally extended the length of the house. And when I was by myself, I would never go in the crawl space. When I had friends over, we would go in and it was kind of fun and scary. But it was really helpful just having grown up there and knowing every nook and cranny, because then we could be like, okay, let's write a scene where this character goes in the crawl space. What's in the crawl space? Beezel. And so it was really like a blessing to have grown up there. You can talk a little bit about sort of, the inspo for the actual writing of the film and how we went about doing that.
Oh, sure. I mean, the house really gave, so it was really easy to just harken back to the time that I had to go down to that basement by myself because they used to keep the washer and dryer down there. And I would be like, does anyone want to come just to chat while I do laundry? As I would always bring someone down there with me as a grown woman. It was a very terrifying house. But I think that some of the stories, like there's the night nurse storyline, that
Yeah.
one sprang from something that we had been creating when we were just a bit more limited and doing things at home during the pandemic. And we just had that idea. We were always kind of like reshaping it. And when we finally put it in the setting of the house, it felt like the right fit. You know, it was definitely the right setting for that. And also the room we shot that one in is like the most haunted of the rooms of the house. So it just worked. And then the rest of that really sprang from there. What happened before, what happened after, what is the lineage of the house owners?
Yeah.
And
There's
yeah.
a very, very unconventional way to make a movie, just shooting the middle part first, cutting that together, and then imagining what happens before and what happens after. But that is sort of how it came together.
I mean, it worked. It like I said, it flowed together. And I wasn't sure what I was getting. You know, it jumped from the '60s into the night nurse, and then into present time. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And did you have is the house still in your family? Did you have access to it easily?
I am sad to say my parents actually sold the house a few months after we wrapped.
Yeah.
Oh
We
no.
we moved in there in 1994, and
Oh.
then end of 2023 they sold it. And the new owners now call it the murder house. They know that a horror movie was shot there,
Yeah.
and we left some blood on the basement floor and on the walls in one of the bedrooms.
And the neighborhood kids know that Beezel lives in that basement. So
Apparently there were even some kids that asked their parents, "Is Beezel real?" Because they
Oh
heard
wow.
about the story
Yeah.
that happened there, and yeah, it was confirmed she is real.
Wait till the kids see it when it comes out.
Yes.
If they're
That
allowed.
you know, if you true. If you did make a sequel and you had to have access to the house again, would it be readily available for you or
Based on what we haven't had
yeah.
a direct interaction with the new owners, but
Okay.
everything that I've heard through middle, neighbors, it sounds very friendly. It sounds very
Okay.
much like they might be willing.
I don't see why not.
So
Yeah.
we can hope
They might enjoy it.
they might enjoy it.
That's cool. That's really cool. Too bad they sold it though. It's a drag.
I know.
Um, and then as far as the filming, Victoria, was there a favorite scene that you had that you shot?
Hmm. There was a scene that I didn't expect it to be my favorite on the page, but it really became something with the team. It was one of the it's the moment where Nova she's approaching her husband Lucas. He's on the phone. He says, "We just got an offer on the house."
Mhm.
And there's this little like tender moment. And I'm still a kind of new actress, so for me as an actress, it was just a really really nice time to have that emotional connection with my scene partner,
Yeah.
where my character, it's her last moment through her lucid eyes looking at her husband before she's completely taken away. And it was very emotional. It was also the last scene I filmed as Nova. And so yeah, it was a really satisfying thing as an actress, because like I said, I'm still a little bit new. This is the most dramatic range I've had the
Yeah.
opportunity to do, and it feels really nice as a performer to get to do something like that.
Oh, that is awesome. And then Aaron, did you have anything in particular that was challenging on your end as a director?
I mean, for me, the biggest challenge is always the writing.
Yeah.
I think like, technically for the most part, we are able to, execute everything that we set out to do. And I know we're both really good at only writing what we know we're able to do and without actually overextending ourselves. I think that's really important for pretty much every filmmaker. You don't want to set out to do more than you're able. But yeah, I mean, it always just comes down to writing. Is the script good enough? Could it have
Yeah.
been better? That's always the most challenging part. And that's the part that makes me want to pull my hair out sometimes. Because even after you finish a script, you might think it's the best thing you've written. And then you look at it the next day and you're just like, yeah, this is garbage.
Trash.
And I can't tell you how many drafts we went through. Yeah, so that's probably the most difficult part. Technically speaking, sometimes there are some like visual effects things that we need to do, and just setting up like a blue screen and putting tracking marks that aren't falling off. And, we are a small crew, so we don't
Yeah.
have all the resources in the world. But we do our best to prepare for those so that there really aren't any surprises. And, you know, we try to have backup plans just in case.
Yeah, it's most definitely. And it was shot, it beautifully shot. Your director of photography did a great job.
Yeah,
Really,
Keelan
yeah.
Brothers. I mean, we've worked together a lot now, and he really is just a gift from the gods.
Total
The
artist.
things he's able to do is for what we're able to provide is incredible.
Yeah. No, it definitely shows. And is there anything that you two are working on right now, or anything you got coming up?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because we are currently filming something right now. I'm sorry. Oopsies. It's dull, but we are currently filming
This one.
something. I know, lead with knife is the
I
theme.
know.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize.
This is actually a different knife than the one
Different knives.
behind you.
Got a lot of knives. Yeah, so we're filming something right now. This is our Halloween special that's going out on the Social House Films channel. And I think we talked about, we're about halfway through the production at the moment. It's a short film, but it's one of our meteor shorts.
It is a surprise. It's something that a lot of fans of the channel have requested that we do. That's what I can say.
And is this a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one goes on YouTube.
Perfect. And then all your short films, can they be found on this YouTube channel?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. We'll definitely share those links, and I'll, definitely check all those out.
Amazing.
Definitely.
And let me just add that I've been following iHorror for years, and I love all of the posts. And when I saw it on the schedule for today, I was like, iHorror, I love them. So thank you very
Oh, that
much.
is so cool. Thank you so much. And I'll definitely let our editor know that.
Oh yeah,
That's just great to hear.
You've got a follower in me, and I'm usually liking and commenting on most of the stuff. So
Awesome. Now you get to comment on your own stuff, and
yeah, that'd be so cool.
awesome. Well, I appreciate you two taking the time out of your day to speak with me. Like I said, the movie was, it was great. The witch looked great. Really creepy. Those feet, the bed where you see the feet, the camera moves. Oh, yeah. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, that was good. That was good stuff.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much.
that. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you again, and have a wonderful day. And hopefully we'll get to talk again soon.
That would be
Absolutely.
wonderful. I hope so.